hello.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hi.
And welcome to the Comic Queens podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Annie.
And I'm Michael.
And welcome back, Michael.
Thank you.
We have our favorite special guest.
My favorite brother-in-law.
I cannot be your favorite guest.
You could.
Definitely our favorite guest, who is also Annie's brother-in-law.
I would take that one.
That is a fact, actually. Indisputable, really. But this is a very special occasion to have you here because it's GLentine's Day or GLentine's Day.
GLentine's Day.
GLentine's Day, Yuritine's Day.
Yuritine's Day.
Whatever you want to call it. We got the girls together today.
We're here to talk about women.
Yeah.
And women's issues. Women's suffrage.
That's not what we're talking about. Michael is here as an honorary woman. Really, I think the most important point being you were invited here because every time we've talked to you about boy loves, you think it would be better as a girl love.
So
That is
now's your
true.
chance.
We're putting it to the test today.
Yeah.
So today, we are focusing on girl love stories because what better way to celebrate GLentine's Day than to read some amazing stories highlighting girls and girl love.
Written by women, for women, about women.
Yeah. I mean, maybe men write them too.
I have no idea.
I haven't looked at all.
I've never looked at an author's name, not once.
Actually take none of what we say like at face value at all. Maybe you have to do your own research there. So
We do research. We just don't guarantee that it's good.
No.
Ever. That's a blanket statement.
especially pronunciations of names. That's not going to happen.
That is our weakest area.
Yeah. Weakest link right there. So today we have prepped and read many different stories we'll be talking about in celebration of GLentine's Day. And Michael, I'm going to let you go first.
That's a bad idea.
Are you sure?
Sure as I am about anything.
All right.
All right, then Alex goes first.
I'll go first. I've got some opinions about my first one. This is The Last Bloodline. It's on Webtoon. It's 67 episodes, and it's a vampire girl love story.
Well, I know immediately why you read this one.
Yeah.
If it hasn't been established already, then where have you been? I love vampires, and it's one of my favorite subjects to read.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately for this story, it's incomplete.
Oh, no.
But it was not marked as being incomplete. It's marked as a completed story. And I will give the creators credit. They did take the last episode and say, it was due to some unforeseen circumstances that the creators had. They couldn't continue on. Mm-hmm. So, of course, that is fine, but I just kind of wish I would have known going in. And they do tell what they would want to have had happen in the end, and it would have been so good. So I'm just a little sad that I didn't get to see that.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
That's understandable.
Also, if this story were 100% complete, it would have been S tier for me. I laughed, I cried, it was so good. So we start off with our main character. Her name is Mallory. She is a college-age woman, and she gets a mysterious letter to go to the reading of the will for her uncle. Now, she is an orphan. She grew up in an orphanage. She has no idea about her past or anything. So she's like, great, this is my chance to see if any of my other distant family comes and I can figure out where I'm from and maybe who left me on the doorstep of this orphanage. Mm-hmm. And just find out about my past.
Is this an event that people go to? Regularly in real life?
Reading of wills?
Yes.
Maybe
Yeah.
rich people.
To a degree. As far as if movies are anything to go off of.
I know they are.
Knives Out starts with a reading of the will pretty early on.
Okay, that's not a stereotypical family, though. That's rich having mansions left to people.
We leave it to you to lead our reading of the will when we die together as, as God intended.
God intended. When we have our joint funeral, you'll have to keep going with the podcast, and then you'll have to say whether or not you came to the reading of the will.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we should give Michael all our books.
I did say, this is an aside, but I was not feeling good the other day, so I I told my husband, I was like, I think I'm dying. And so we're just laying in bed, and all of it's so quiet. All of a sudden, I just go, leave Annie my book.
I'm sure he wasn't surprised.
He was like, okay.
Will do.
But anyway, she went to this reading of the will.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, she was the only one there, but she got left a mansion. So it's a super creepy haunted mansion. She was going to New York. This is where the will was being read. And every time she tried to get an Uber, the person saw where she was going and was like, nope, not taking you there. Goodbye. And so she has to get like into this old cab, and this guy's like, I'll take you there. And
I don't think she wants him to do that.
No, she did. She's kind of like, you would love her. She's kind of a little bit oblivious, but also can handle any situation. Mm-hmm. Then we start to meet some of our other main characters, Luca and Imogen. And here's where we find out that Mallory is the great whatever grandchild of the first vampire to exist. And actually, that is a kind of Greek myth. It's not considered a classic Greek myth because it came about later, so it's not really a part of like the true legends.
Yeah.
But in the story, this man, he falls in love with Selene the moon, and Apollo gets jealous, curses him to not be able to be in the sun, and then Artemis ends up giving him silver and making him immortal so that like he and Selene can be together. But in this version, he kind of goes crazy because he, can't deal with being immortal, and he starts turning other people into vampires, and then he just continues on his path of destruction. And so Artemis ended up killing him to like end the suffering of everyone.
And him, it sounds like, too.
Yeah.
And that's why Artemis is a real one. Apollo's a bitch.
I know. Yes, he is. Don't get me started.
I love the sun.
I mean, I love the sun.
Isn't he the god of the sun?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's like the guy that pulls the sun along.
No.
Sun's a different thing, but yeah.
No.
Helios is the guy who pulls the sun.
Doesn't Apollo also pull the sun?
Apollo is the god of the sun, but Helios is the guy who pulls the sun around.
Oh, Apollo's got nothing to do. He's just a dick.
Yeah.
He's really just kind of Artemis's brother.
Yeah.
That's his claim to fame.
They are twins. But that's not really
Relevant
the
at
point
all.
of the story.
We're off to a great start.
Okay. Back to the story, though. Luca and Imogen are descendants from different vampire clans. There are 5 main vampire clans, and they are the head of their respective clans. Luca is a part of the Dracula clan, which are also clans that can turn into bats. And Imogen is part of the Carmilla clan, which can turn into cats. So,
We love Carmilla.
oh, we do. She's great. So this starts off with the two of them coming up with a plan. They're like, we need to get Mallory to trust us. So one of us is going to turn into our animal form and scare her, and the other one will save her, and then she'll trust us. And they decide that...
Yes. The perfect way to make someone trust you is to scheme to force them to trust you.
Yes. They try to do this, and they decide that Imogen is going to be the one to scare her, and Luca is going to be the one to save her. So... Imogen turns into the cat, and then Mallory grabs the cat by the scruff and is like, oh my gosh, what a cute little cat. And Lucas comes up and he's like, I'll save you, but there's nothing to save, so it all goes to shit.
Beautiful.
But she can't think that anyone has a malicious bone in their body, so instantly she's like, these are my friends. I love these people already. And they all go back to the house. So then Luca's like, okay, you have to get dressed up in this fancy dress, and then we'll tell you what's going on. She's like, why do I have to get dressed up in this fancy dress? It's a part of the whole thing. They make her do it anyway. She's like, this is super itchy. And so she finds out that there are vampires and that she is supposed to be the queen of these vampires. She has to absorb the curse of her great whatever grandfather and become the queen of the vampires again.
Yes. Slay.
She knows now that they can turn into animals, so she assumes that this little spider that's in her room is a vampire and like starts talking to it. Then the spider starts thinking that he's a vampire. So he's like, I'm a vampire, yes, this is great. And she keeps the spider with him like for the rest of the time. And the spider calls her like squishy giant.
Oh my gosh.
This is on Webtoon, you said? Is it free?
It's free.
Okay.
You can read this. And
might
you know
read
what?
this.
Honestly, I do recommend reading it, but go into it knowing that
it's incomplete.
it's incomplete.
You're going to be disappointed at the end. Not because the ending's disappointing, but because there's no end to be disappointed in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I loved it. So, like, it is just so funny the entire time. Like, Mallory is hilarious. All of the other characters are great. Imogen, like, instant crush on Mallory. She's like, oh my gosh, I love her so much. She's the greatest. And she tries to flirt with her, and Mallory just, like, goes right over her head. Then a couple of the other clans come, and they start to attack Mallory because they don't want her to become the queen again. They're like, if she becomes the queen, she's going to go on a rampage, and then that'll be the end of the vampire world. They're working for this other clan called the Children of the Lilith. And Lilith is the only vampire who was around when Ambrosio, who is the like original vampire, when he was around. So, like, she's the only one who remembers his torment, and she has kind of, in her, like, quest to not let Mallory become him, she has become him, because she's destroying all of these other clans in an effort to make it so that Mallory does not become this vampire queen. So then all the other clans start banding together, but they try and escape. And Luke is like, we have to go to Transylvania to my castle because they'll never find us there. And Mallory's like, no way, not doing that. We're going back to my small town in Ohio, Sugar Creek. Let's go.
Honestly, if I was going to be looking for a runaway vampire, I would check Transylvania way before Ohio.
Luca, I mean, he's a little bit of...
Nobody is going to expect me to be in Transylvania.
Honestly, I love...
Come on, dude.
I love Luca. He also... So, you see him making little doll clothes. And
That's creepy.
Imogen... No, you're gonna love it. Imogen's like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you doing this? She rips the dress. And he's like, no. And so he puts it back together. And then you see he's got a bunch of pet mice. And he's making the mice clothes.
Oh my god, that's horrifying.
They're like his family. So
I don't like mice. I'm the wrong audience.
Okay, I love mice. I used to have pet mice.
You did,
They
yeah.
were cute.
I love rodents.
Yeah. So he has all of these rodents, and they are his only friends because yeah, because his entire clan abandoned him.
That's really sad.
Yeah. So then he became friends with the mice.
Was
Okay.
he like telling their secrets? Was he a rat?
No. No, he wasn't.
Is it because he was small and like insecure and kind of mousy?
No, you eventually find out that he's actually not the head of his clan, and Dracula is like, he's kind of one of those guys where he hedges his bets. He's not going to back Lilith and he's not going to back Mallory until it's clear who's going to win. So everyone else in his clan has gone to sleep, and they left Luca to be the one to like go pledge to either Lilith or Mallory. So he goes to find Mallory to either help her or kill her. It's undetermined at this point. But then the more time he spends with Mallory, like he's like, I'm not doing this for my clan anymore. Like my loyalty is with you.
So he's not squirrely.
No. No, he's great.
Are you just going to go through the list of rodents?
Yeah.
You also find out at the end, like this is in the final episode recap, where you find out that Mallory. So okay,
Capybara.
I would actually ruin the whole thing if I tell you this part, but maybe I'll tell you anyways. So they all go back to her family. So she was raised in this orphanage. There are other children there who are her siblings. It turns out that she has a twin sister. This twin sister is not really her twin sister, but was left on the doorstep the same day that she was. So they just call themselves twins. Mm-hmm. And she's in jail.
Oh.
Now,
What?
the reason she's in jail is because she's kind of a bad person.
Oh.
So it's deserved.
Mallory disagrees. They're all like, what do you mean you're gonna go get her out of jail? She belongs there. She tried to kill you. And Mallory's like, no, it was an accident. She didn't mean it.
Oh, no.
So she goes and she gets Cass out. Cass is the sister. Cass does end up trying to kill her again, but then they kind of move on from that.
How do you move on from that out of curiosity? Like, you go, hey, that wasn't cool. And they go, my bad. Like,
Kind of.
Mallory stands up to her, and then Cass is kind of like, all right, fine.
Oh, okay.
yeah, that makes it all better.
There's more to it, but Mallory never felt any sort of malice towards her. And she's like, even if you did hit me with your car on purpose, like, I knew you weren't trying to kill me.
Oh my gosh.
You know, I think she's a little dumb.
I
Maybe.
kind of love her.
I love her.
Yeah.
I love her. And I
Yeah.
love, like, that willingness to see the good in people. But, like,
She's a little naive, but I love her. So then more people get involved. Like, the whole thing is that they're trying to figure out they're trying to get Mallory strong enough to be able to absorb this curse. They're also trying to find this arrow, which is what she needs to unleash the curse.
is that a JoJo reference?
Probably not.
Listen, I got it.
I don't.
Thank you, Annie.
You're welcome.
So they do end up they go in all kinds of different configurations, you know, like, so sometimes there's some vampires here and over here, and Mallory and Cass end up together alone looking for this arrow in Greece, and they find it. Yes?
It just feels still like a JoJo reference. But that's they find the arrow in Rome, I want to say, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they find an arrow in Greece because this is a Greek mythology thing, so.
And Romans didn't steal this one very much.
Yeah. So.
And the onomatopoeias were
I haven't talked anything about onomatopoeias.
So they get there, and guess what? Mallory, not the vampire queen. It was supposed to be Cass the entire time.
That would make sense why she tried to hit her with the car.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
gosh.
the
'Cause
only
you're-
person, and you know what though? The only person that Cass has ever loved is Mallory. Everyone else, she's like, I hate.
Is that why she's trying to hit her with the car?
Well, because
She's got a weird way of showing it.
Mallory
Toxic
promised.
Yuri.
Mallory promised to stay with her forever, and then she was leaving for college. So Cass was retaliating because of that.
She's like, you want to go to college? I don't want you to be able to do anything ever again.
So that's where it ends. Is Cass becoming Ambrosio and like being the evil vampire. So then
Okay.
they all have to band together and end up killing Ambrosio.
Doomed.
So you may be wondering, I thought this was a girl love. It's labeled as a girl love, which is why I read it for this episode. Imogen and Mallory are supposed to end up together. Luca and one of Mallory's brothers are also supposed to end up together.
Why was I so scared you were going to say one of the mice? Luca and one of his mice lived happily ever after.
Mallory was rescued by some rabid raccoons when she was a baby.
Those aren't rodents.
Oh my gosh.
I hate you both. So, Mallory's brother, he was the oldest, and he is, like, in training to become the next priest. Van Helsing's also in this. I didn't mention him at all. But,
Amazing.
He ends up saving Abe, which is the older brother. Yes.
Is he played by Hugh Jackman in this one, too?
Yes.
Really?
No.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
But he feels bad because he got Abe killed.
Yeah. No.
No.
You look so disappointed, Michael.
So he felt bad because he got Abe killed. And so then he kind of brings him back to life as another immortal. And so then Abe and Luca take over the work of being Van Helsing and trying to find a cure for being a vampire.
Don't you love when you quit your job and it takes 2 people to replace you? I bet Van Helsing felt really good about that. He was like, I was so good at it, they need to hire 2 guys.
No, he had helpers too.
Yeah, Michael.
Fuck me, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
They just downsized.
But it's super cute. I loved this one. I wish that there were more episodes and that the entire thing would have been completed because it was my absolute favorite. But I understand that things happen and sometimes people can't finish the works that they've started. But it is worth the read.
Yeah. It sounds really good, honestly. I would definitely read it.
I don't
hilarious.
like webcomics. It sounds good enough that I would maybe read it.
It's hilarious. You would love Imogen.
Probably. I do love women.
Yeah. All right, your turn.
My turn. Okay. So I read 2. I'm going to talk about 1 because I have specific feelings about the second. I read Girlfriend Manual.
Yay!
It is right now 92 episodes. 87 of those are free as of today. And it is on Webtoon. And I really like it, actually.
Good.
I wrote down all my thoughts. I do not review webcomics correctly. I learn that more every time you guys talk about it because my notes, I've read your guys' notes before, for the record.
Yes, you have.
Check that out on the Comic Queens podcast hosted by my sister Annie and her best friend, platonic soulmate, Alex.
Yeah.
I feature on there sometimes, fun fact. So I read Girlfriend Manual. Basic premise is Athena is a college student and she is trying to get a girlfriend. She's pretty, she's just lonely. And every other relationship that she's tried and every online dating thing she's tried just ended in terrible disaster.
Yeah.
I think you guys have talked about this on the podcast before, so I might just be...
I don't know if we have.
I don't know. You've talked about it to me.
Yeah. I do love it. And Safira, shout out, did all of our chibis that we use on social media. So,
Oh my
Is
gosh,
that the artist?
yes.
yeah.
She does really good art. I love the art. I made one joke about it in my notes, but it's a positive joke.
Yeah.
But the basic premise is Athena wants a girlfriend. Her friends Toji and Mel are willing to help her. Mel has a girlfriend, has a manual on how to get a girlfriend. And Toji is a gay guy who's pretty cool, apparently. I like him. I like Toji.
Toji's great.
And she has a massive crush on the barista at her favorite cafe, whose name is not a real woman's name. I stand by that. I'll die on this hill. Levi is not the name for a woman. Levine is not the name for a woman. I'm not a feminist, am I?
You know what, Michael?
I feel bad now that I've said it out loud.
You should feel bad about
Yeah.
it. A woman's name can be whatever she
A
wants.
woman's name can be whatever she wants. You're right. Levine is not a real first name for anybody.
There is somebody with the last name Levine.
Yes, that we know. And that's a fine last name, but not a good first name. Levi, that's a first name.
Well, that's what Levine goes by.
All right. So she has a crush on the girl, Levi, who works at the cafe. And it is, so far, basically her attempt to woo Levi and their attempts at dating each other with a little bit of like a backstory for Levi, because Levi is really horribly scarred by her previous relationships. How far into this should I go?
However far you want.
I'll start making my general like observations because
Yeah.
I review things badly. First off, her friends Mel and Toji are a psych and comp sci major respectively. What the fuck are they doing hanging out? There are no shared classes between psychology and comp sci. That makes no sense. If you want to know even worse, this is revealed later.
We had no overlapping classes.
This is revealed
ever.
later. Athena is a journalism major. What the fuck is she doing with a psych and a comp sci?
Hey, I've got some news for you.
I have
okay?
nothing against journalism majors. I have
As-
nothing against psych or comp sci.
I would hope so.
I'm just saying, what the fuck are they doing hanging out?
Hey,
That's my platonic soulmate you're talking about. We had no shared classes, and we were definitely not in the same departments at all, ever.
Yeah, you guys had a job together.
no.
You guys work at
After
this-
college,
Yeah, before. Well,
she got me the job.
Yeah.
okay. Okay, but I'll ask you, what the fuck were you doing hanging out together?
We can't talk about that on the podcast.
We don't have time to unpack all of that.
Anyways, I'm a biology major. You know what my friends are?
What?
Nerds.
Yeah. Biology major, not in college. Well, biology major,
Well, okay. How did you make the ones that are not in college?
high school.
Well, how can you maintain those friendships? They're not a biology major.
Hold on, because this is going to get really funny. My friends are actually biology, molecular biology, chemical engineering, mechanical engineering, another biology, and then my other friend whose degree I know is musical theater.
Yeah.
Where'd you find that one?
That was high school.
Where'd you find that one? Okay, so that's your problem. You don't like that they cross.
Yeah, I don't like... what's a humanities and a STEM and a comp sci? Because I'm not calling comp sci STEM. I'll die on that hill, too. What are they doing hanging out?
I think they're going to the cafe together.
Yeah, they are, actually, pretty frequently.
That's what they're doing to hang out.
I did say about the art style, which is beautiful and gorgeous, and I really like it. I said multiple times in my notes how pretty everything is and how pretty especially the women are, because women are so pretty. I love women. That the art style is very twink with a sword, which is a reference to this comic. In one specific panel in it where it zooms in on Link.
For the record, Michael is showing us a comic
About Link and Zelda.
About Link and Zelda. About how Link is just a mute twink with a sword who has pledged his life to Zelda, which is true. I wish I could be a mute twink with a sword.
I will say, there's something about Safira's art that just always makes me like giggle out loud, because she has such a good way of like breaking that pretty facade so quickly to like make Athena have this like giant chin and like this crazy face.
She's really good at putting in references very subtly to pop culture. There is a JoJo reference. I did note that in here.
Of course you did.
Yeah, of course I did. But she's really good at putting it in a way that both matches the style and breaks it enough to call attention to it.
Yeah.
She does wonderful art. Thank you for drawing my sister and her platonic soulmates chibis. You're awesome.
They're precious.
They're great.
She makes a Mass Effect reference in here, by the way. That fucking threw me for a loop.
Yeah.
Because who references Mass Effect in the year of our Lord 2026?
In this economy?
In this economy?
Not me.
I did make a note about semantics, though. She said at one point, I don't like to be at the cashier. That's not what you're supposed to say. You're supposed to say, I don't like to be at the register.
I would like it noted, Michael, that a lot of webcomics are not made by native English speakers.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, we do know from experience, don't have like translators that they work with.
Annie translated some comics for a friend.
Yeah. It's a passion project for a lot of people.
For the record, this is not something that makes me angry. I was just making a note about that because I review webcomics in a very specific way.
What
you
else
rip them apart?
What else are you not angry about?
What sound effects were used?
Hold on, wait. Her friend isn't Toji. Maybe it is. I'm really bad at names.
That's why we take notes.
No, wait. Her friend is Toji. There's another dude who's Levi's friend who's acting as her wingman. And you guys are going to love this about me. I did at one point in my notes say, fuck the story. I want to see these two make out hardcore sloppy style. These two men. I wanted boy love out of my girl love. Just a little bit. For one frame.
We did it.
They did it. I think that Toji, being a really good friend, deserves to find somebody who loves and respects him. Another thing I noted, the passage of time is really weirdly conceived by these characters. One of the characters, I think it was Athena, maybe it was one of them, Athena or Levi, I don't make notes about who says anything, notes that the city has more buildings than it did when they were little. They're like 20. They're like at most 26.
Have you never lived in a place where more buildings were put in?
Do you think
Do you know how many more buildings are here than when I was even 20?
Okay, but the thing is, like, hi, I'm 12. I'm moving back to a city that was a developed city when I left it.
This is a
Or I'm
developed city.
20.
And it can become more developed.
This is not a developed city. I've got a lot of complaints about this city. We can talk about that. The zoning issues piss me off so much.
Okay, but
There was a water main break like throughout the entire city.
I remember that.
the campus water main gets broken like at least once a semester. Anyways, it's crazy. She's like, this is akin to the Love Bites thing where it's like there's snow in the flashbacks and there's not now, and they're like, this is a weird thing to bring up. I know.
Hey, Michael, this feels very weird. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're saying this to a person who, for their 3rd grade class, had to write instructions on how to get from the school back to their house. And I wrote, take a right at the house that doesn't mow their lawn.
If they ever mowed their lawn, you're fucked.
And there are definitely people who are like, hey, I'm going to go off of these surrounding structures, and that will show me a difference.
My grandma gave us instructions like that once, and she told us the wrong way on like the first instruction.
Oh, no.
So my mom and I went so far out of the way.
It's because there were so many more buildings in the area.
Oh my gosh. No, it's not. We were in the middle of nowhere.
I love that you liked this.
I really did like it. And I know that my observations are not maybe typical to this podcast. I don't know. I've never listened to an episode that I didn't feature in. But I really enjoyed it. And that is something that I'm learning. I'm not a fan of comics still. They would not be my preferred choice. But I'm learning that I can enjoy comics.
Are you going to keep reading this one?
I will keep reading this one probably.
Will you keep reading Love Bites?
Will I keep reading Love Bites? Yes, I do mean to catch up on that.
Yay.
We just do a Love Bites check-in every episode.
Yeah, I mean to keep reading also Godzilla Black Mass. It doesn't have girl love in it.
Very fun.
Love Bites has girl love in it in the background.
It does, in the background. And Love Bites is getting a print version.
Really?
It is, and a novel version.
And a novel version.
I will be purchasing them both.
I think the novel version is called Bite Me, which is very funny.
I'm so excited.
So, I have read multiple stories for today. I'm going to start us out with the shortest one. This is called Dalle. It was 49 coins on Webtoon to unlock the entire series. Or if you have patience, you can do the ad passes, but we know me and I don't have that. So I did unlock the whole thing. It's only 25 episodes. And this is listed as a girl love fantasy, but I would add in that this is an animal hybrid story, which is up my alley.
Is your favorite.
I do love a good animal hybrid story. So,
what type of animals do you like? Because I know you've got the thing for snakes, Alex.
That's a shared thing.
That's a shared preference. Here's the thing. I've now read orca whale. I've read cat. I've read dog. Moving forward, this story follows Bowen. She is a college girl. She's getting settled into her department and her classes. She's made new friends, but she keeps having these lingering dreams about a girl that she had a crush on from high school.
Real as fuck.
And her name is Cyan. She didn't really get to know her. She was really shy. So Bowen just watched and admired from afar. Cyan was in all these sports, and she just got to watch her thrive and just smiled and blushed the entire time. Now, Bowen has also taken in this neighborhood cat, and it's not her pet necessarily, but she opens a window, this cat comes in and eats and like spends time in her house. And she just uses this little cat as like her therapist. She's like, I'm never going to see this person again that I love. And this cat's like, cool, can I have more food? But it helps her get through her days. So she goes to school as like a normal college student would. And after having a dream where Cyan says, I'm going to see you soon, she sees Cyan at school. Yes.
What is she studying?
And do her friends study the same
What do her
thing?
friends study?
In this one, actually, you'll probably like this, Michael. They do have like little cliques of people who are friends because they're in the same department. So you'd like that. But she is like very specifically studying fashion design
Ugh.
with a focus on jewelry.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I love and support women.
They can do whatever they want,
They
Michael.
can do whatever they want.
They can be friends.
They can be friends with people outside of their college cohort, and they can study things like fashion and dance. They don't have to study cool things like biology. Study biology.
Anyways, so Bowen sees Sayan and she's like, this is crazy. I just had a dream where Sayan said that we would have a chance to see each other again. And so she gets home. She's all excited. She starts telling this cat how excited she is that she got to see her crush again. And like, this is my chance. I'm going to talk to her. And she finds out the next day that even though Sayan is like a sports major and she is in the fashion majors, they have a gen ed class together. And so they end up sitting next to each other, and Sayan borrows a pen from her. So this is like major improvements.
On November
Bowen's like,
24th.
man, this just can't even possibly get better. This is more than I could have ever dreamed. And as the reader, you slowly start realizing that Sayan is a shifter, and she is the cat that has been coming into the room. So the dreams that she's having, that she's talking with Sayan, are not dreams because Sayan is there talking with her, and they have spoken, but since she's never actually in person realized she's speaking to the real Sayan, she gets nervous. But Sayan is using this excuse to be a cat to like get to know Bowen because she's actually interested in her as well.
That's really fucked up and stalkerish behavior. That's toxic as hell, though. Come on. Don't look at me like I'm
but
crazy.
She doesn't use it for like anything bad necessarily. Like she does leave every night, so she doesn't like stay overnight or anything. But she does come and just like keeps her company and lets her talk to her while gathering information about the things that she likes.
So she's sitting there and overhearing her friend, or not her friend. She's sitting there and overhearing
Her crush.
Her crush vent and being like, I'm going to sit here and listen and pretend that I'm somebody I'm not. Even if you are technically part cat, you are also
Actually,
not
she's not
wholly
pretending to be something she's not. She is the cat.
But she's
just also a human.
But she could say that she's the human.
Yeah, she could. But she doesn't. So she sits there and gets to know things like the fact that Bowen doesn't like cucumbers. So when Bowen ends up asking her to lunch and Bowen's sandwich has a cucumber on it, Sayan's like, oh, I'll take that since it has cucumbers. And little things like that start piecing together for Bowen. Like,
And
how
she's
do you
like,
know?
oh my gosh, are you my cat?
Oh my gosh, I only told my cat that. No.
How do you fucking like, what do you do to that though?
But basically, it's just a story about two very awkward women, one of whom is also a cat, that love each other but don't really know how to go about it. And so they find their own ways to finally grow together. I don't want to tell everyone the whole story, but it is really cute.
That is how it goes.
It's really precious.
I'm gonna still say it's weird and creepy. And while it's cute, it would be really weird and creepy if like your crush came in and just hid under your floorboards and listened to you talk, right?
Well, I'm sorry, but
I mean,
there
I've
were no-
read multiple stories like that, so.
And honestly, I don't always hate it, Michael. And the onomatopoeias,
yeah.
chef's kiss.
I review webcomics wrong.
Ultimately, I thought this one was really cute. Like, if you're just wanting a really sweet read, it's definitely one that you could take on. 25 episodes, it's binge worthy. You could just do it in a day.
It sounds cute.
But it was precious. So
Can you only read it with coins? I have no idea how Webtoon
you
works.
can do it with ad passes. So
But
if you
it-
have patience,
But like you can't just go, oh, are there free episodes?
there
Or-
are some free episodes, and
But-
then you have to unlock like the bulk of them with ads.
Sad.
So, yeah, I mean, if you want to sit there and like read the episode that takes you like 3 minutes, but you have to watch like a 1.5-minute ad to get to it, you can do that. But I was like, you know what? It's just worth the coins for me. I had them already, so it made sense.
Well, I have another story for you called Muted. This is a magical witch story. It's on Webtoon. There are 125 episodes.
Jesus Christ.
I only read the first 27 because I read this novel here. Let the record show that I'm pointing to my print version of Muted, which is the first 27 episodes. 28 through 50 is also out, and I'm going to have to buy it because I love this. It's so good. And I will be purchasing all of this one.
May I look at the art?
Yes, go ahead. You'll love her. She's an adorable, cute little redhead.
I love a redhead.
Me too.
So this story is about Camille, and she is from a powerful witch family. And it is time for her and her cousin Aveline to perform this summoning ritual where once they come of age, they have to make a wish for the family. Mm-hmm. And their aunt is like, the wish you should be making is like, I want a rich husband so that you can further the family line or whatever.
Should be, I want a rich wife.
She does not want to have a rich husband, so she's really nervous about this. And she also has not been treated well by her aunt. Like, she's not even allowed to call her aunt. She has to call her matriarch because she's the matriarch of the family. And she separated her from her familiar Tobin, which is the most adorable little woodpecker ever. Aww. They go to do this ritual, and it goes well for Aveline. It doesn't say what she wished for, but probably a good husband. But Camille, when she summons the demon, instead of being what she's expecting, some vines start growing out of it, and she gets really freaked out because their magic is blood magic, not plant magic. So she's like, something's wrong here. So she runs away and passes out and gets like, loses a lot of blood because you have to do this sigil with like blood. So she was already bleeding, then ends up in the swamp and is passed out at that point. So, Sylvia, who is a member of the family, kind of like a distant cousin, and also like the head household of this area that they're in. And she is finally standing up to the aunt and saying, like, you didn't give her a chance. Like, you have always been harder on her. The reason that she didn't succeed is because you've never let her, like, thrive. You've never even let her bond with her familiar. So, like, let her stay here for a month, and then she'll do it again, and she will succeed this time. Like, I'll make sure of it. So, the aunt and Aveline leave and go home, and Camille stays with Sylvia. Now, the reason that she lives with her aunt and her cousin is because her mom and her twin sister died in a fire when she was 8. And
witches do burn.
Yeah, they believe that it was another witch clan, the Duprees, who used fire magic that started the fire. But they were found by like the witch council that they were not guilty. So no one was ever charged with this, but there's speculation that like it was Camille. There's speculation that it was the aunt, but their family believes that it was the Duprees. After the aunt leaves, Sylvia is trading with the Dupree family, and Camille feels not good about this. She doesn't know that Sylvia is still doing this. Then we meet Naira. And she is just like this cute little witch from the Dupree family. And she's trying to introduce herself to Camille. And Camille just runs away. She's like, I'm not dealing with this right now. Runs into the swamp. Ends up running into a young girl who has her locket that she lost when she passed out in the swamp earlier. So she chases that girl into her witch's coven, which is the plant magic one. And this is hilarious because the little girl imprisons her in like this vine cage because she said she killed plants. Like, she just is not a good plant person. And look, I feel that I'm not either.
Oh, me either.
And, but she's like, she's a murderer. Also, she shouldn't be in here. How did she get in here?
I love plants. I love plant magic. Plant magic is so much fucking fun.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like it. But I just am horrible at raising plants. But that's my own problem.
I have killed so many plants that are supposedly very easy to take care of that I have no faith in myself anymore.
I killed an air plant.
I don't.
That's supposed to be impossible.
I don't have much to say about killing or like bringing plants back to life. I don't raise plants, but I can talk about how much I hate plant biologists.
Yeah. No, that's okay.
Yeah, I've heard you're not supposed to mingle outside of your department.
I'm never gonna live anything down. Am
No,
I?
never.
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 We're so happy to have you here.
Yes.
I'll be fucking 85, and I'm gonna get a text from Annie like, "Hey, you still complaining about onomatopoeias? Ha ha." When I get home, I'm gonna refuse to play games with your husband, and he's gonna annoy you about it.
That's amazing. Do it.
Okay, so she runs away. Then she finds out that her father is from this coven. So she's
The
actually
plant coven?
from the plant coven.
Oh.
They are the LaRue family. And so she's actually from two separate covens, which is not well received or known by anyone. And that's why no one knew who her father was, because they were like, we can't let anyone know that she's from two covens because they'll try and end her.
What's the name of the blood magic coven?
Severin.
Okay, because I was like, LaRue and Dupree, does this take place in Louisiana?
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah. Fuck yeah, Louisiana.
Good for clocking that.
French name,
Yeah.
not French name, but also swamps. I was like, it has to take place in Louisiana, Alabama,
I'm glad
Florida.
you picked up on that.
I didn't. I was just like, tell me more.
Tell me all about the witches. So,
I love Louisiana witches. I would possibly read this one as well.
oh my gosh, you should. So Camille, after she finds all of this out and she gets her father's journal, she goes back and she apologizes to Naira because her familiar Tobin was like, you were kind of rude. And Naira is like instantly smitten. She's like, this girl's so cute. I really like her. Let's go to a party.
Aw.
So then they all go to this party and Camille gets really, really drunk. And
Hell yeah.
and she almost falls into the swamp with the alligators.
Oh, no.
Some of the alligators are familiars, but some of them are not. And so one of the girls from the clan that they're at, the house that they're at, she's like, oh, you shouldn't be back here.
Whoops.
And
Can
so
you imagine being a non-familiar alligator, hanging out with a familiar alligator? Like, this guy's got a fucking job and everything. What am I? A fucking big ol' alligator.
I wish, oh my gosh, to just sit in the sun and do nothing.
Oh, that sounds really nice.
Yeah.
Alligators are really cool.
I would be a good reptile.
Fucking love reptiles. Herpetologists represent.
All right,
Yeah.
dream jobs. Number 1, reading books. Number 2, being reptile. Great.
Yes.
We know where the snakes come in.
Being
It's
a
fine.
reptile reading a book.
Even better.
So they end up staying the night at this house. And while she's super drunk, she confesses to Naira that she is half the LaRue family. But Naira thinks that she's confessing to being a lesbian. And she's like, oh, it's so hard to come out of the closet.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
she doesn't remember any of it the next morning.
I'd hate to come out as a plant biologist. That would suck. Fuck plant biologist, man.
So she goes home with Naira the next day, and Naira and her cousin are staying with Sylvia and Camille. And so she decides that she needs to figure out like what's going on with this plant stuff. She ends up summoning a demon, and it's not really a demon she summons. It's like this giant flower, like fae girl. She's really cute, really pretty. And she makes a deal with the girl. She's like, you teach me plant magic and I'll let you stay here, because she's not supposed to be in this realm. And she's like, I can't go back yet. If I do, they'll all make fun of me. So that's where I'm at right now. She's like trying to get an understanding of the other side of her magic, because she's never really felt like she belonged with the Severin family. And to be fair, her aunt has never made her feel like she belongs. I did look ahead, and I know that the romance is gonna be between Camille, Naira, and the Fae. So I'm super, super excited to read about it. I'm gonna get the second book and the third and the fourth once they come out. But this one is so good. I love it. It's beautiful. The art is stunning, and I love the characters.
That one sounds so good.
That does sound really good.
I'll have to borrow it.
Is it free on Webtoon or is it paid?
It's free.
It's free on Webtoon, yes. Oh, and I forgot, they did add in the book, so you should purchase the print version because there's a bonus scene in it. And one of the things that they do in the bonus scene is they play Sorry, the board game.
Oh my gosh.
But it's called Apologies.
That's worth it.
I used to play Sorry with my grandma and my siblings, like, all the time.
Yeah.
But it got, like, bad. It would be like, sorry, and then, like, hitting the player across the room.
Oh my gosh.
And, I mean, maybe it was just me who did it that mean, but...
I've never played Sorry.
It's a good one.
We should play. I don't think I have it, but I could get it.
It's pretty malicious. It can be, at least.
Yeah.
I don't know how to be mean.
That's a lie.
Not purposely mean.
Also a lie.
When have I been I don't want that answered on air, actually.
You don't. It's okay.
We'll talk later.
We'll talk later.
Okay.
All right. So, the last story I have to talk about with you both is the guy she was interested in wasn't a guy at all. This manga is perfect. So, I'll start out there. It is beautiful, standard black and white for manga print, but there are pops of neon green throughout the entire story. The colored panels that they include at the front and the back, gorgeous. And I'm desperately in love with these characters and just want them to be happy together so, so bad. So, right now, there are 3 volumes that are out. There's no date for the release of volume 4, but it has been released in Japanese already, so we know that it's on the way.
Is 4 the final one
in
Japanese? No. Okay.
It's still ongoing.
Okay.
So, this story follows Aya. She is a really preppy and outgoing girl, but she also feels like she's kind of keeping this secret to herself because she's into very, like, alt and rock Western music. And she doesn't really feel like that fits in with the crowd that she hangs out with at school. They listen to, like, Japanese pop, and she feels like it's something she kind of has to keep close to the chest. She's like, I guess my music will be just for me because no one else appreciates it.
Real as fuck.
So she finds this, like, record and CD store that she goes into, and she's just enamored with all of the music that they have available. And when she goes in, she sees this guy with a mask on in, like, this really nice alt clothes. It's really flattering, like, maybe like a band t-shirt with white and black striped sleeves poking out, and then, you know, like, black, you know, kind of flowier pants. And she is immediately in love.
Real as fuck, though.
Get it?
If I had a nickel for every time I fell deeply in love with, like, an andro alt,
Yeah.
I'd have enough nickels.
No, that is definitely the style we've got. We've got, like, all the ear piercings. We've got, like, a low bun, you know. And Aya is just like, oh my gosh, it's perfect. And every time she goes into the store, when this guy's working, he plays his music over the loudspeakers, and they have, like, the exact same taste in music. So she's like, oh my gosh, I'm in love with the guy at the CD store. So much so that he is the CD store guy. So she goes to school and starts talking to her friends. She's like, I am desperately in love and crushing on this guy that works at the CD store. What do I do? I don't even know how to talk to him. And you can see that her classmate Mitsuki is sitting next to her, and she's real quiet, like glasses, whatever. And she's just writing down in her notebook, and she's just like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I'm the guy at the CD store. So you start seeing from Mitsuki's perspective that, like, she dresses with the classic uniform because you have to at school, but she has a very androgynous, you know, alt style that she wears outside of school. She's got the piercings, but she takes her earrings out for school because she's not allowed to wear them. She has the black nail polish only on, like, weekends and when she's outside of school, but she takes it off because it's not part of the uniform. And she likes to wear her contacts, but she doesn't like to do it throughout the entire school day. So she looks noticeably different. And she's like, how do I tell her? Like, I can't say it now that she's with her friends. That would be embarrassing. So I'll wait until she's at the CD store and it's just the two of us. And then I'll let her know and we'll clear up the misunderstanding and she won't want to see CD guy anymore. But then she realizes, she's like, you know what? That's still awkward. It's still awkward to say that I am not a guy and that she's mistaken me for a guy. And like, this is a nice place that she likes to come to listen to her music. What if I take that away from her by making her uncomfortable? So instead, she's like, I'll just be nice. She'll figure out I'm a girl. You know, we'll slip like some little hints in there and, you know, it'll be fine. And
she's going to come up to the CD guy and he's going to be like, hey, how's it going?
And
Hi.
They do talk.
Oh.
And Aya does not pick up on anything. She's just so enamored. She labels herself as just like CD guy fangirl, number one. And she starts talking to CD guy and she's like, I'd love to talk to you about music. Can I have your phone number? Like blushing and everything else. And Mitsuki's also just kind of like, well, it would be weird if I didn't give her my number. They're just both really awkward. And so finally,
Mitsuki's a real one, though.
Mitsuki is really just like, I don't want to embarrass Aya.
Yeah.
Like, she's here because she enjoys this music. And also, I don't really have friends to talk to either. I'm kind of a loner. And music has always just been for me. So it might be nice to talk to somebody. Well, Aya makes CD Guy a playlist, which we all know is you sitting there pouring your heart out and putting your heart on your sleeve. And Mitsuki is like, oh my gosh, this is so cool, and starts listening to the playlist. A fellow classmate figures out that CD store guy is Mitsuki because he follows Aya to the store and he notices the mole by Mitsuki's eye and it matches. So when Mitsuki takes her glasses off at school, he's like, you usually wear contacts when you're at work though, right? And she's like, yeah. And then she goes, if you tell Aya, I will kill you. Like, this can't slip out at all. So, unfortunately, Aya does eventually overhear Mitsuki talking to their friend Narita. And he's like, look, I'm not going to say anything, but eventually it'll slip out. So now Aya's like, oh my gosh, how did I miss this? But also, I'm still her fangirl. But also, is that weird? What does that say about me? And maybe I shouldn't have shared my music taste. And she's just going through it and starts to create some distance between her and Mitsuki. And Mitsuki is brokenhearted. She's not seeing Aya at the CD store anymore. She's not getting a response on any text messages when they're at school. Aya finds something else to go and do. And Mitsuki decides that she's going to play one of the songs that they both like from Nirvana for, like, their school cultural fest. And it's very obvious that she's singing it to Aya.
Smells like Teen Spirit.
It was
I'm
actually
kidding. It's
Heart
Lith-
in a Box,
Oh, it's
which
not
is
Lithy.
a very good song.
Heart in a
Yeah.
Box is a really good fucking one.
So Mitsuki plays the song and then immediately goes to Aya afterwards and is like, I want to be your friend. Like, can we just be friends? So they've come to this understanding now. Aya knows that this isn't CD store guy, but she also is still trying to come to terms with the fact that she's like, I kind of don't care that it's not CD store guy. Like,
CD store girl.
I
It's just as
really
good.
like Mitsuki as a person. And so throughout volumes 1 through 3, they're just going through a lot of trials of like, what are the feelings that I have for you? Also, it's new to be able to share these shared interests with each other. Like, how interested in each other is too interested in each other. It is absolutely precious. I love and adore them. Mitsuki also has the most amazing and supportive uncle. He's the owner of the CD and record store, and he is gorgeous. They built this man in a factory to be like, hey, Annie, you're gonna love him. And he is perfect.
From what you showed me, he looks kind of like the dude from Way of the House Husband.
He does, but like a little longer hair, and he's got like this snake tattoo that wraps around his wrist with a head on his hand. It's perfect.
Oh, there's the snake guy for you.
He's
No
got
neck
like
tattoo.
he has a tattoo that peeks up on his neck. He's super all
Scars?
No scar.
Okay.
No scar. But like, he's just like a grunge guy. And I absolutely love him. He's sitting there and watching his niece, and he's just like, young love, they'll figure it out eventually. But also in the background when they fight, like, he's just as affected. And he's like, no, Mitsuki, you fucked up. And, like, he's rooting for her. It's so cute.
Everybody loves Yuri. It's multi-generational.
I love them. I love every character. They're all perfect. And I recommend that every single person buy and read this. It is so freaking cute.
It's weird to go home and be like, man, I should read those comics and manga that they were telling me about.
We're converting you.
You guys should still read Warbreaker. One day I'll get them to read one of my books and I'll win a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. It'll just be lower on the list, unfortunately.
The list of 600 stories that we have on our list.
Annie has said it's lower on the list for the past, 3 years. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah. I think that if I've learned anything from this GLentine's Day episode, it's one, there needs to be more girl loves made. Because I feel like I did have a hard time finding series. Like, there are a lot of popularized ones that I've either read already, or they're ones that maybe I started and wasn't as interested in. Mm-hmm. But I didn't feel like there was as much of this diverse pool to choose from. There's BL, I feel everywhere.
Yeah.
And there are obviously straight romance stories everywhere as well.
Yeah.
I want to see more representation like this. Because the stories I read I loved, and they were really good. There have been a couple of these stories that have been staring us in the face. So I'm glad we got to read them.
Yeah.
Muted has definitely been something that we have waited to pick up for a while for you.
Yeah, it's true. I have looked at it every time we go to the bookstore and thought, should I buy it? And finally did.
And Michael just thinks that everything that was a boy love should be a girl love, so.
But now he loves Love Bites, and isn't that just...
I do really like Love Bites, and I did have a Fujoshi moment while reading Girlfriend Manual.
Honestly, Michael, I just think that it's time for you to admit to yourself that you love love. And that boy loves aren't this crazy, intimidating thing that everyone assumes that they are. Because there are some toxic ones out there. There are toxic Yuri. There are toxic
There's
boy
lots
loves.
of toxic
There
Yuri.
are very toxic straight stories as well.
I think
But they get a bad rap.
I need to recognize that I just love drama. I love drama, but I don't like being in the middle of drama. I love the outskirts of drama.
Man, you and your brother are alike.
Yeah, I fucking know.
He does love the tea.
Man, does my husband love the tea.
No, it's... I think you're right. I love love. I love drama. I love fun stories.
You love us.
I do love you guys.
And that's why you're here putting up with us.
I love women. I love women. I'm just saying, all the women out there, I love you. All the men out there, I love you. All the non-binaries, I love you. Mm-hmm. You know who I don't love?
Don't do this. You're going to say plant biologist. Or you're going to say the onomatopoeias from Black Mass, and I don't know.
No, I love the onomatopoeias from Black Mass.
No, you don't. That is
no,
a lie.
A different story.
It was a different Godzilla story. I have nothing bad to say about Black Mass, except that I want more of it injected directly into me. Steel Neck, if you listen, please, more.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Plant biologists are super duper important.
Yes, they are. And with that, thank you all so much for joining us on the Comic Queens podcast. We are looking forward to talking to you all on the next one.
Goodbye.
Bye.
So long.